What would you recommend to an Apple shareholder right now?
So if I was an Apple shareholder, I'd wait for this afternoon and hear what the story is. If I'm a shareholder of almost any company, I don't want my money back. So as much as Tim Cook might want to give me money back in a dividend or a stock buyback, I'm waiting to hear what his story is. What's his story to be more than just a phone maker or more than just a hardware maker, but to go beyond that?
I love that idea. Is that because Mr. Jobs died and there isn't board strategy direction or Tim Cook strategy direction? Where is the strategic vision that you perceive at Apple?
I think that's what's missing. I think there's strategic direction. There might not be vision. And I think people are looking for the vision of what Apple is going to be as both a hardware, more importantly, software company.
Our guest host, Scott Galloway, with us from NYU Stern on branding, but branding's vision as well, isn't it?
Sure, it's setting a vision. But earlier, before you'd ask the question, what Tim Cook needs to do to keep his job, I think Tim Cook has the safest job in America right now. If you look at the people on his board, whether it's Mickey Drexler, I don't know if Al Gore's still on his board, these guys don't scare easily. And the reason this became the largest market cap company in the world was because they were the premium product and the low-cost producer. No one's ever been able to achieve that. The biggest market share with the highest pricing.
And
no one's done that before.
They're still building cash every 90 days.
They're still accumulating it every single day. I mean, that brings us back to the next point, Rick. You mentioned that Tim Cook has a lot on his plate. Does he need to change the playbook here, move on from incremental product innovation, secrecy over new products? He needs to do something brand new that surprises investors.
I agree. I think all of those things work. You know, improving the low-cost production, the secrecy works, and that builds the cult of Apple and adds to the brand. But I think it's, okay, now what do? People look for that step function growth, and this phone is much better than any other phone I've seen. This tablet is much better than any other tablet I've seen. This music service works much better than any other music service I've ever used. So you go back to surprising and delighting customers by providing what's that in Act 4.
Where is the drama? I mean, you deal with Pinterest, Ben over there. They're, moving forward, and they're trying to make Pinterest away from soccer moms and all that in the West. There's got to be a change agent. Why isn't the change agent to buy a winner now? Buy Twitter, buy Spotify. What are the other winners, Scarlett?
Dropbox.
By Game of Thrones? I mean, I don't know. Help me
HBO, exactly.
Where's
Netflix.
the drama? Where's the sweat at Apple?
I think that's what you need. You need a little pixie dust. You need a little bit of the story to say, hey, here's the vision. We're more than just a hardware company that's a low-cost producer. We're going to be, this company which delights customers, whether it be TV or toasters.
Delighting customers is certainly key, but what Apple finds itself doing right now is fighting these patent lawsuits at the same time. Is that a distraction?
I think it has to be a little bit of a distraction, but at the same time, it's a big company. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. They're able to fight battles on many fronts, and I think you can't be focused on some side battle which will distract you from being now again the most valuable company.
Distract. That's right where I want to go. Scott Galloway. The biggest risk of strategic officers is they get distracted. What do they need to focus on at Apple to maintain that world-class brand and not screw it up here or screw it up there or screw it up there? What's the focus?
Well, I would say I feel the same way about Apple, or what Bill Clinton said about America is what I'll say about Apple. There's nothing wrong with Apple that can't be fixed with what's right with Apple. It's innovation, it's design, it's fearless pursuit of consumer, its willingness to disrupt itself. They took the most successful consumer product in history to that point, the iPod, and they made it a button on your iPhone. Most companies would never do that. This guy, all he needs to do is stay the course.
In this whole conversation, the most important thing I heard was that ratio, 4.5 times EBITDA. They're giving this thing away.
Would you rather own Dell or Apple right now?
Well, to me, that's a no-brainer.
Apple's cheaper than Dell right now. On most of the metrics that people in this building look at, Apple is cheaper.
Break exclusive, Scott Galloway suggesting Blackstone will go after Apple.